So we can start.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Vijayan, sorry. Wait. We got how many people? Wait. First.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can listen clearly and see us on YouTube. Honestly, I think this is my first time presenting live on YouTube. So thank you very much for joining us. We know you are also occupied with a lot of things, but we have no other time. And I think the speaking component will begin this week, if I'm not mistaken, sometime this week. So we need to be prepared for it. Just to recap, what happened yesterday, I was actually giving some input on listening, speaking, and reading. However, in Google Meet, we did not actually manage to fit in everyone. I'm not sure why, because previously we could actually fit in more than 100 course participants. But unfortunately, yesterday I could only include 100 participants, so I do apologize for that. So this for this session, we managed to think of an alternative plan, and therefore we are using YouTube Live, and we hope that more teachers will be able to participate. On Google Classroom, I think I saw about 150 participants. So for those who didn't manage to join us yesterday on Google Meet, you can still access the Google Classroom, and you will be able to access the exercises because I have posted exercises for listening and reading, which you can try out online. And once you have answered, given your responses, and submitted your answers, you'll be able to get your answers. You'll know the feedback on the spot. But for speaking, I have not actually posted any exercises for speaking, but I have given some notes on useful expressions which you can use during the speaking test. All right. So with that, we will come to today's session, which will be conducted by Dr. EBQ. He is a lecturer at our college in the language department. She has got Pencara Cemerlang DG48, and she was actually observed for Pencara Cemerlang DG52 a few weeks back, and we hope and we wish her good luck, and hopefully she will get it as well. And today she's going to present you on writing, and she does a lot of work on writing, yeah, and I think she's the best person to handle this component. So, and she also has posted some exercises, yeah. So you can also look at it on Google Classroom. So with that, I hand over the session to Dr. Yi Bichu. Thank you very much, and hope whatever we provide you will be beneficial. Okay, thank you very much. Please, Doctor.
Okay, hello everyone. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Yeah, I forgot. This would be a YouTube live. Nobody can respond to me. Yeah, previously we have this. We use Google Meet, so we can actually ask you all to respond. But now, because there are so many of you, and then there is a change of policy, I think, by Google Meet, because previously we did CEFR online for school teachers. We can do for more than 100 teachers. Okay, I think in August I also do an online course for teachers. There are 120 of them attended, but I don't know why this time maybe they changed the policy, so they limit it to only 100 people. So when yesterday some of you called me asking why they cannot join, I also first time then only I know why suddenly so many people cannot join. So that's why yesterday I called a few people, asked what should I do if I want to allow all of you to join. And my colleagues suggest me to do Facebook Live or YouTube Live. But then to do YouTube Live, actually we cannot share screen. So this morning, actually, I wake up at 3 a.m. just to learn how to share screen on this YouTube Live. Okay, finally I learned it, but I hope I can do it well. Okay, because it's my first time doing this using YouTube Live. Before this, I'm used to use Google Meet. Okay, okay, let me share the screen. Okay, where I need to. I hope you can get it. Is okay. Okay, and okay, can you see my presentation? Okay, yeah, can you see my PowerPoint? Can you all see my PowerPoint? Maybe you can type the answer because you cannot respond to me. Okay, YouTube for YouTube is not we cannot hear conversation. Okay, we can only see how you can respond to me through your typing, your writing. Okay, okay, yes, I can. Okay, good, very good. Okay, so this is the course we are doing for the school teachers in Batu Pahat. Okay, yeah, I would like you to register for your attendance for this 2 days course. Can you please scan the QR code? Okay, and then do register for your attendance in SPL KPM. Okay, I'll give you some time to do so. Okay, so have you all got to use your phone to scan? Okay, yeah, just use your phone to scan. Actually, I'm trying to ask our SU LDP to send the link so that I can copy it and put in your in the chat. Okay, I'm still waiting for the link. She hasn't given me yet. Okay, okay. Okay, so later we'll try to send the link to the chat. Okay, I'll inform you once the link is there. All right. Yeah, before I start, I would like to do a declaration because this is YouTube live. Also, I don't want people hear me say something and then they quote me. Okay, so what I want to stress here is the talk or this course that we are sharing is a sharing with you all. Okay, it's actually based on my experience of teaching MUET to our teacher trainee at ITO and also to some postgraduate students who did their course in UTHM. So I am not a MUET examiner. Okay, I have to tell you all very frankly, I am not a MUET examiner. So what I'm sharing is actually my experience, okay, because I taught my students, okay, and I also when we taught our students, we actually invited a few MUET examiner to come to our college to give talks to our students. So whatever I learned from them, so I'm sharing with you. Okay, I also sometimes I talk to MUET examiner. I got a few friends, okay, who are also a MUET examiner. So I also sometimes ask for their opinions or ask about their ideas. Then I share with you all. Okay, but this MUET thing, what I have to tell you is they keep on changing actually every year. Okay, sometimes this year they will focus on this thing, next year they'll focus on another thing. Like recently I just heard from my friend, okay, when I went for a course, she said now for analysis, for report writing, now they are focusing on complex analysis. Okay, oh, there is something very new for me. Okay, so I actually asked her what is it about. Okay, so there is always changes, okay, in the MUET marking scheme. Sometimes the way they mark, okay, so whatever I learned from them, so I'm sharing with you. Okay, so it doesn't mean after you heard my talk, you will guarantee get your C1, okay, which I have to tell very frankly. And also, whatever I mentioned or said is my own interpretation. It doesn't represent the KPM, IBGM, or ITO. So please don't say, oh, because Dr. E said like that, so IBGM also is like that. Okay, so I have to let you all know this. And also some of my PowerPoint slides are from the ELTC, which I need to give credit to them because they asked us to conduct the course for the teachers actually last year for the pro-out course. So this course also related to MUET, so I have to give credit to them. So some of the PowerPoint slides are actually from them also. Okay. So, okay, this is my profile. Okay, it's not so important. Okay, let me start. Okay, actually, I think some of you have already attended our course a few times, I think. Okay, because in January we started our face-to-face course for a few Pahat teachers, okay, at ITO in January. And then later during MCO, we also started the online CEFR course for the teachers in Johor. Whom I invited through the Google form, okay, and then recently in August we started another series, okay, or CEFR online course also for those teachers who have not attended our previous course. So actually, we did this, I think, at least 3 times. Okay, so I've been giving this talk for I think many times. Okay, so maybe some of you already attended this before. So it's just like a revision, okay, for you all, okay, for those of you who have attended my talk, okay, it's just like a revision for you, okay. I'm still using the same PowerPoint, okay. I didn't do any changes because we are so busy. All right, okay. So talking about MUET test, okay, and this CEFR readiness, okay. Some teachers, okay, they may asking me, okay, is it the same? Okay, actually, MUET test, we know it is for the university students, okay, and it is the marks given, the grading system is according to band, from band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 5, and band 6. But for CEFR readiness, they use the grading system or level. Okay, there's A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. Okay, but the format is the same. Okay, the format is the same. Just the grading system. The MUET use band 1 to band 6, while the CEFR readiness uses the level A1 to C2. Okay, for the recent test, okay, in February, I think a few of you have set for this test. Actually, I heard that most of the teachers remain at the B2 level. Okay, B2 level. Very few of you can get C1. Okay, what I heard, very few can get C1. Just recently, I heard from a Segamat officer. She told me there are about 200 over teachers, English teachers, but only 3 or 4 teachers could score C1. Okay, that is in Segamat. Then there are also other states also. Okay, so that means so many teachers, their level is still below C1. Okay, so that's why teachers need to work hard. Okay, you need to work hard so that you can achieve, okay, the C1 level. All right, so this is a result that I would like to show and share with you is, from my students. Okay, my student in 2017. Okay, she actually the class took this test. Okay, MUET test. There are 20 of them. Okay, so I taught them actually. Taught them from January until July. Okay, for 7 months I taught them MUET, and then in these 7 months I really drilled them. Okay, when it comes to examination, drilling is the best method. I'm sure you all agree with me, because I think for SPM, UPSR, when it comes to this year, this SPM exam or UPSR exam, teacher will do a lot of drilling. So the same when it comes to MUET. So I also do drilling with my student. Okay, so I will do a lot of practice in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So in this year, I'm very proud that my student, okay, they score very well. Okay, 20 of them, there are 16 of them who got band 5 and band 6. Actually, 12 got band 5, 3 got band 6. So this is one of the them who got band 6. Okay, what I would like to show you is the percentage. Okay, percentage given for the score. The score given for the skills. Okay, as you can see, listening 45, speaking 45, reading 120, writing is 90. So we see that here the most important skill, okay, in MUET is reading. Okay, reading, because there are 120 marks, okay, for it. So we need to work very hard to do a lot of practice in reading, okay, so that you can score. Okay, and for writing also important, 90. And what I heard from the teachers who sat for the test in February, they all told me they can score well in listening and speaking, but for reading and writing, they can score C1 and C2 for listening and speaking, but for reading and writing they couldn't. Okay, so please work hard for it. Okay, since your test is coming soon. Okay, there's another, I think, 2 weeks time. Okay, for you, you're supposed to sit for your speaking test, I think this week. Next week. Okay, but they postponed it. All right, so you still have a little bit of time to do the revision. Okay, as this is the CEFR readiness test. Okay, actually this result is shared by another of my student. Okay, he has already posted to school. He has actually score C1 in his aptitude test. Okay, when he was a student at IPTO, okay, he already got his CY, but he said he still want to try. He want to know how is his standard, English standard after I think 3 or 4 years posted to school. So he also took this test, okay, again, also, in February, and then he still got his CY. Actually, he told me his aim is to get a C2, okay, but he couldn't, okay. But he actually, frankly, he told me why he couldn't get C2, because when he is posted to school, he said in the school, as he is teaching in the SKM school, Sekolah Kurang Murid, okay, the students, they are not used to speaking English, so he himself also didn't use much of English, as that's why he feel that his standard of English has actually gone down. Okay, so for us teachers, English teachers, we must keep on using English. If we ourselves don't use English, so how can our students also use English? Okay, so try our best. Okay, please, teacher, try our best to speak more English, use more English in the class, because English is about 1 hour a day, right? Okay, 1 hour a day. So they will listen to English only 5 hours for a week, our students. And other time they will be listening to the Chinese or Malay or other their own mother tongue. Okay, so please try your best to use more English in the class, because sometimes if we ourselves don't use it, we also can feel that our standard also is going down too. Okay, so again, I would like to draw your attention to the score, okay, for the skill. Okay, you can see it's still the same: listening 45, speaking 45, reading 120, and writing 90. So again, okay, reading is the highest, has the highest marks. Okay, so we need to work hard in reading, and also writing. Okay, 90 marks also very high, is double of the listening and speaking. Okay, so this is the duration, okay, the time given for the test. Okay, when you sit for your test, listening 30 minutes, okay, and the score and waiting. Okay, the percentage for this year. Okay, this is the last year. Next year, new format. Okay, so this year, listening 15%, speaking 15%, reading 40%, and writing 30%. But next year, MUET will be using a new format where all this will be 25, 25, 25, and 25. Okay, so next year, it will be much easier for you all who can actually, if you are very good in listening, speaking, so when you can score well in this listening, speaking, so if you're not good in reading, writing, but at least you can, because of the equal percentage given, so it'll be easier actually, okay, compared to this year. Okay, but since I think many of you have already registered for this course, for the test, okay, so I think you still have to follow the old format. Okay, follow this old format and need to work hard on reading, okay, and writing. Okay, so this is the CEFR band level. Why KPM stresses so much, why English teacher need to achieve, because as C1 level, we are an expert. Okay, C1 level, we are an expert, proficient user. Okay, B1, B2, we know is for Form 5 SPM English. Okay, for those of you who are teaching in secondary school, B1, B2 for SPM level. Okay, A1, A2 is for primary level. Okay, so as teachers, okay, our levels would be here at C1, okay, expert and expert in English. Okay, if you can get C2, that is very good. Okay, it shows you are master, okay, master of English teacher. Okay, so so please try your best, okay, to do well, okay, for this coming test. Okay, and this is the criteria or the marking scheme actually for this MUE or CEFR Readiness band. Okay, since we are a proficient user, it means that we must be able to be fluent, okay, to use appropriate language and have few grammar errors, okay, and also we must show a good understanding of language and context and show high ability to function in the language, okay, and the skills tested in the 4 components, okay. For listening, yesterday Mr. Vijayan had already told you for listening, speaking, and reading. Okay, for some of you who have not was not able to join yesterday, I'll just go very briefly because for writing there are a lot of technical things. Okay, which I have actually in 3 hours or 2 hours is not enough. When I do the CEFR online course, I usually spend 4 hours. Okay, we usually do in separate day. Okay, 2 hours for report writing and then another 2 hours for the essay writing. Okay, so I'll try my best to just go very briefly, okay, on these skills, but I'll focus more on the reading and the writing actually. Okay, so this is for this introduction of the CEFR Readiness. Okay, now what should I do now? Okay, I'm supposed to show you wait the listen. Actually I want to show you the Google Classroom. Okay, where is the Google Classroom? Let me see. Okay, okay, wait, still not used to use this. Okay, okay. So can you see the Google Classroom? Can all right. Okay, we have actually shared this, I think 2 days ago, Mr. Vijayan. Okay, this is the class code. Okay, for those of you still have not joined, my PowerPoint notes are here. Okay, and Mr. Vijayan's PowerPoint, the notes also are here. Okay, so if you want to get the notes, okay, you need join this class. Okay, then you can get the notes. Okay, this is the Google Classroom code. Okay, and here in the class word here actually yesterday Mr. Wijaya have already briefed you on listening. Okay, actually listening is something that is quite is not very difficult. Okay, it's as long as you can hear the words, okay, then you'll be able to answer. Okay, so it's just need to answer, but make sure when you answer not more than 3 words or not more than 5 words. Okay, and then there's another part for multiple choice, and then you can answer write short answers. Okay, so these are the skills that you need to use for your listening test. Okay, recall information, recognizing main ideas, supporting details. Okay, so all these notes you can get from the Google Classroom. Then you can read through these notes. Okay, actually what you need now is do more practice. Okay, these notes is only help you so that you know the format, but what you need to do now is do as many practice as possible so that you are familiar with the format. Okay, so this is for the listening, and then there is also wait, oh, not here, I clicked the wrong one. Okay, we have this that is for listening, and then for speaking also Mr. Vijayan yesterday also had mentioned a lot. Actually, he said he spent 3 hours. So he said he got sore throat this morning. So when I said I want to ask him to become the moderator, he's feeling very tired. So I said, no, just join us for first 10 minutes. Okay. So for speaking, usually you have 2 tasks. Okay. Task A is an individual presentation. So you'll be given a topic. Okay, and then from that topic you will you need to give your points. Okay, you will present individually, and then later another task B is you will be in a group discussion. Okay, so based on the task you get in task A, okay, each candidate will get a different topic. So after that in task B, when the 4 of you discuss, you must make a decision to choose the best. Okay, to choose the best one. Okay, or to make a decision to see which is a better idea or better solution. Okay, so that is for speaking. I think most teachers, they score very well in speaking, because some of them, they are quite close to me. They even send me their results. Okay, and then I see that most of them, they are very good in speaking. Okay, just reading and writing, which is quite very difficult actually. All right, so now for reading, okay, let's go to the reading now. Reading skill. Let's see this one. Is what is it there? No. Wait, reading. Why it keep on disappearing? Alamak. Oh no. Okay, I don't know what happened. Okay, I show from my Google Drive. Okay. Wait, I had to go stop the screen first. Okay, then I go to share the screen on to my Google Drive. Okay, on. Alamak, see, I'm not trying. Sorry, take some time. Because it's my first time using this YouTube Live. Okay, before this, I'm used to use Google Meet. Okay, because I use it many times, so it's very easy for me. Okay, so this is on the reading. Okay, all right, it's there, reading. Okay, I just go through a bit, because it's even though some of you may have attended yesterday for reading, but some of you still didn't attend. So I just go through reading, because reading is the most important component in MOET. Okay, because it carries the most mark. Okay, so this is the requirement. Okay, for reading 90 minutes. Okay, the weightage is 40%. Okay, and then for the skills that you need to use, scanning, skimming, I think all this you know already. Identify main ideas, supporting details. Okay, these are the skills. Okay, and the question asked in the reading actually it's not just reading comprehension. Okay, you need to identify the author's viewpoint and tone. Okay, sometimes the question will ask you, what is the tone of the writer in this text? Okay, so when it is about the tone, it's either excited, surprised, sentimental. Okay, So these are the word use, and sometimes you need to, this is the most difficult part, okay, which I would like to tell you, the interpreting information from non-linear text, okay. Usually this type of question, there are only three options: true, false, or not stated. And these options are sometimes very confusing. It will make you think, is it false or not stated? Especially many teachers or candidates, they ask how to know that it is stated or not. It is true, false, or not stated. Okay. So to know which one to choose, okay, let me show you another, not this one, sorry. Okay, there's another PowerPoint for it. Where, okay, this one. Okay, it's there in your, you're looking at it, okay. Okay, so, okay, so the tips is read everything, okay, and this is just a general tips, okay. We need to read some good quality materials, okay, know the current issues, okay, because it says articles used in the exams are usually from these types of source, okay, like Reader Digest, Time Magazine, okay, so try to read this type of good quality materials, okay, and use your time wisely, okay. This is very important because you only have 1.5 hours to answer 45 questions, okay. So that means you only have 2 minutes per question. 2 minutes per question. So what we do is we read the question first, okay. I think we teach our students also like this. We ask them to read the question first and then underline the keywords. And make sure you don't just skim through the text, but you scan for specific information. All right. Then we also need to know our vocabulary, okay. So especially for the information transfer or the non-linear text, okay. So we need to know the relevant vocabulary, like how to describe the trends, okay, shown in the given diagrams. The trends later in my report writing, okay, I'll tell you these trends. So actually reading and writing, they are closely related, okay. If you are good in reading, then in your if you know reading, if not good in reading, what I mean is if you do a lot of reading, okay, if you do a lot of reading, so this the vocabulary you learn and the language you learn can help you in your writing, okay. So try to do a lot of reading practice, because when you do the practice, okay, so those words will remain in your mind, okay. You remember those words and then you remember those vocabulary, and then later when you do your writing, you can use those words, those vocabulary. So reading and writing, they're actually closely connected, okay. Then this talking about the trend. The trends word will be like words like increase, decrease, okay, stagnant. Okay, later I'll tell you in my report writing. Okay, and then don't act smart. Okay, here the tip says for some question you'll be asked to infer or make intelligent assumptions based on the given evidence in the text. So for true, false, not stated questions, never use your own opinions to answer, because what is logical to you may not be academically correct. Okay. So the answer you get must be based from the reading text. Okay, the answer you should be able to find the answer from the reading text for this type of question. And if you can find it, okay, that will be true, false. Okay, for true answer, okay, for answer that is true, you must be able to identify proof that shows that the statement is correct. So you should be able to underline the evidence. So you should be able to find the evidence from the reading text So then the answer will be true. And you should also should be able to find the evidence for false answer. Okay, then it also true false answer means you should be able to find the evidence in the reading text. Okay, for true false answer. But for not stated, okay, for not stated, here say you find it almost impossible to underline any evidence. You cannot find the evidence, or it's impossible to find the evidence. So that is not stated. Okay, you choose the answer not stated. Okay, but sometimes this true false not stated is very subjective. Okay, sometimes actually when I did the CEFR course with other teachers for previous series, we actually argue also. They said they view the answer from another point of view. Okay, and then it can be accepted as true also. Okay, but then the answer given is not stated. Okay, so when the answer you are not sure. Okay, when you are not sure of the answer, don't spend too much time on this question. Okay, you just skip and go to the next question. Okay, because you only have 2 minutes. You only have 2 minutes for one question. And if you see that you are spending too much time on this true false not stated question, so it's better you skip and do other question, which you can find the answer easily, or you can answer more confidently. That will help you to get more marks. If you spend too much time in true false not stated question, and then after that you only want to start doing the rest of the question, you may not have the time to finish all the questions. Okay, so try to divide your time wisely during the test. The easiest one to find the answer, try to do it early. Okay, so that the one that you think you can get the answer accurately and you can be more confident on the answer, okay, you do those first. Like this true false not stated, sometimes it's very subjective. Okay, I have to tell. And good news for next year, MOEC, okay, they said no more already. That's for next year. Okay, but this year you still have this type of question, so we still have to do this, answer this kind of question. Okay, now we come to the next tip. That is to train your brain. Okay, this is about how the vocabulary, okay, we can use to sometimes the question asks us to guess the meaning, okay, from context, contextual clue. Okay, so we will try to guess the meaning. Okay, so sometimes we can use the word and or use the root word to know the meaning of the words. Okay, because some question they ask us about the meaning of the words. Okay, and some of the question will ask us about what is the writer's purpose. Okay, some question, what is the purpose of the writer in this text? So it's either to inform or to discuss, to argue, to compare, or to persuade. Okay, so we need to know this purpose also. Okay, what are this purpose for? Okay, so we need to know. And sometimes the question also will ask us something like what is the style of writing? Okay, so it's either to describe, to compare and contrast, giving examples, explaining cause and effects, or sequencing. Okay, and the question also will ask what is the tone of the writer. Okay, just now I mentioned that. Is it supportive, opposing, indifferent, neutral, biased? Okay, so these are the questions that will be that you will get in the reading. Okay, and also you ask you to assess the article as a whole. Okay, what is the summary of the paragraph? Okay, sometimes they ask you what is the title of the of this article. Okay, or give a conclusion. Okay, and this usually will need our higher order thinking skills. Okay, and of course, practice makes perfect. Okay, everyone knows practice makes perfect. So we need to do a lot of practice and practice, and buy good quality reference books. Okay, when I did the course to the teachers, I told them, please get a book, a MOEC book, okay, to do practice. Okay, please get a MUET book to do practice, because you need to do a lot of exercise, especially reading. Okay, you need to do a lot of practice. So try to get a MUET book. Okay, and then now since you had only 2 weeks, okay, you still have the time, okay, to do some revision for it. So try your best to do as much practice as possible. Okay, and here actually suggests, okay, when you do practice, you need to do 3 times. Okay, but since now you have only 2 weeks, I don't think you had 3 times to do the practice. Okay, if you started earlier, okay, if you started to do your practice earlier, maybe in February, March, okay, then you need to do 3 times, so that it helps you to be more perfect, okay, in your reading. All right, and also to grade yourself, okay, when you do the reading exercise, okay, since there are 45 questions, okay, so if you can get 39 over 45, okay, that means you are close to band 6, okay, you're close to band 6 for your or C2, okay, for your test, okay. If you get 33 out of 45, then you can get a band 5 or C1, okay. But if you are below 33, okay, that means you need to work hard, okay, you still need to do a lot of practice, okay. So this is for your reading. Okay, so now I'm going to do writing. Okay, writing. In the Google Classroom, I have already uploaded the notes for writing. There are 2 notes there, one for report writing, another for the essay writing. Okay, so if you have it with you, you can actually follow along with you. For some of you who have already attended my course earlier, I think you already have the notes with you. Okay. Okay, let's do report writing first. Okay, report writing. Okay, so far any question? No, okay, let me see, look at the chat for a while. So far no question, okay. All right. Okay, so report writing. Okay, let's see. 30% for writing. Okay, so that in 90 minutes, that means in 1.5 hours you need to write 2 essays. Okay, for writing, one is the report writing, another is the essay writing. Okay, so in 90 minutes you need to write 2 essays. You need to do 2 writing. Okay, and the writing can be a report. Okay, report for sure you will have, and the other one may be an article or essay. Okay, and the essay will be usually is persuasive or argumentative. Okay, for the essay writing. For report is mostly analytical. Okay, you need to analyze, and then and synthesis. Okay, which is very technical. Okay, for report writing. Okay, the question 1 is report writing, which is 40 marks. Okay, you need to do an interpretation of information based on specific stimuli provided, and you write 150 to 200 words. Okay, usually what I tell the teachers is don't stop writing at 150. Okay, even the task will tell you 150 to 200. But please don't stop writing at 150. Stop writing at 200. Okay, because you still from 150 to 200, you still have 50 words. Okay, and these 50 words you can get extra points. Okay, you can do more analysis and more synthesis, and this will give you more points and more marks. Okay, so please don't stop writing at 150, but stop writing at 200. Okay. And the skill tested for report writing is accuracy, appropriacy, coherence, cohesion, use of language functions, and task fulfillment. Okay, and this is the marking scheme. Okay, writing marking scheme for report writing. Okay, so to get your band 5 or C1, okay, task fulfillment, you must get your 15 marks. Actually, they are 20-20. Okay, 20-20 means 40%. 40% for report writing. Okay, 40%. The marks given. So for task fulfillment, you need to get your 15, and for language and organization, you also need to try to get your 15 so that you can be sure that you can get your C1. Okay, and what to focus? Okay, so these are the two criteria the examiner will look for: the task fulfillment 20%, language and organization 20%. Okay, so 40% for report writing. Okay, task fulfillment. Okay, what is task fulfillment? What do they look for? Okay, the criteria is to see whether the candidate understand the question or not. Okay, they will try to find whether the candidate understand the question. Okay, so if you can show you fully understand the question, okay, then you can get high marks there. And also you need to have an overview. Okay, overview of main information. Okay, in report writing, there is an overview of the whole report, and later I will actually share with you a formula. Okay, a formula for this report writing. And then the key features also, these are actually the technical terms. Okay, the technical terms for report writing. Okay, later I'll tell you what are they. Okay, and then for the language and organization, okay, you have accuracy. As we know, we need to show largely accurate. The language should be largely accurate. Few SWEs. SWEs means serious word errors. So we don't want to write a lot of serious word errors, and generally accurate spelling. The meaning is clear. Structures must show some variety, which means we don't write only simple sentence. Okay, we will write compound sentence and complex sentence. Okay, because report writing, as I said, is very technical. To show that you have analysis, okay, to show that you have analysis and synthesis, you must use compound sentence and complex sentence. Okay, to show you have done your analysis and synthesis. So you need to write compound sentence and complex sentence. Okay, then only you can deserve to get your C1. Okay, and then vocabulary also must show appropriate and varied. Okay, varied, use different words. Don't always repeat using the same words. Sometimes there are other words that can be placed, so use varied words. Okay, then linkage should be effective. Okay, and then organization, paragraphing, unity, reasonable planning, coherence. This will come to the sequence connectors or cohesive devices that we use later. Okay, like in conclusion, the word like in conclusion. Okay, and for organization, usually we must begin with introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. Okay, this is the normal the structure of writing. Okay, paragraph writing, introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. So we make sure we follow the correct organization. Okay, how to answer the task? Okay, analyze, synthesize. These two things very important. Okay, for report writing, analysis and synthesis. Okay, the examiner will see. Okay, when they mark, they will see how many analysis and how many synthesis you have. Okay, so you need to know how to write your analysis and synthesis. Then only you can interpret the information given. And you need to compare and link. Okay, to compare if you are able to compare, so it means you have done your analysis. And if you are able to link the information between the visuals, that means you also is able to do your synthesis. Okay, so analyze, analysis, compare, synthesis, link. Okay, and then remember, you use only the information presented in the visuals. Okay, don't bring in, don't give your own assumptions or your own prediction. Okay, try to tell, I think in 5 years time there will be an increase or decrease. Okay, don't give information not in the visuals. Okay, and because only 200 words, they are only you only write 200 words, so no need to bring outside information. Okay, everything must based on the visuals. Okay, and how to write. Okay, we follow the format of the report. Okay, format of the report, usually we must have the title. Okay, I remember you need to have a title, and then the introduction, and the conclusion. Okay, so the title you need to have. Okay, and then for the grammar. Okay, the grammar, the language we use, the verb tense is simple present and simple past tense. Okay, there's one part we use simple present tense. That is when we introduce the figures. Okay, when we introduce the figure, we say figure 1 shows, okay, what, while figure 2 displays what. Okay, so for that instance we use simple present tense, and the rest of the paragraph we use only past tense. Okay, the rest of the report is usually done in the past tense. Okay, report usually done in the past tense. But to introduce the figure, okay, figure 1 and figure 2, we use present tense. Okay, so that is for the grammar part. And also remember to use the conjunction. Okay, because and the sentence structures. These conjunctions will help you to write with varied sentence structure. Okay, conjunction like but. Okay, but, however, and. Okay, is for, usually we use for compound sentence. Okay, if you use conjunction like though, when, okay, it is for complex sentence. Okay, so remember to use these conjunctions so that you can write your sentence in varied structures. Okay, and the vocabulary, you must use trend words. Okay, trend words. Just now in reading, I also mentioned about trend words. Okay, trend words usually appear in graphic. Okay, appear in graphic or in visuals or figures, because when there is a increase or a decrease, okay, these are called the trend words. Okay, and remember, write the report in not more than 200 words. Not more than, stop writing at 200. Stop. Okay, don't write more. Okay, because after that the examiner will not read anymore. Okay, and the examiner will count. They will count the word for report writing. Okay, the examiner will count the words for report writing. So they'll count until 200. They stop, and then the rest, after that, they will not read it anymore. So please stop writing at 200. Don't think, oh, the more I write, the more marks I have. No. Okay, and remember, you have only how much time? 40 minutes only. You only have 40 minutes to write. Okay, so don't write too many, and make sure you have those features or those elements that are important for your report writing. Okay, word count. Okay, so you're advised to write 150 to 200. So please stop at 200 words. Okay, and then you need to count the words. Okay, because the examiner also count the words. So you also need to count the words and write it at the bottom. Okay, for report writing. Okay, but continue the essay writing, no need to count. Okay, report writing you count, but essay writing don't count. Okay, then words in excess of the upper limit of 200 will not be taken into consideration. Okay, so some people, they write quite long describing those data. So when come to the conclusion is not within the 200 words. The conclusion is after 200 words. So that means their report writing is not complete. Okay, because their report writing is lack of conclusion because they couldn't finish. They didn't write it within 200 words. So that's why it's important. Why we need to count so that we include the conclusion. We have the conclusion before the 200 word. Okay. For word count, okay, since you have to count the word, so we need to use words that can help us to save counting, and then we can write more points. Okay, for example, figure 1 and this number 1 figure 1 and number 2 figure 1. Okay, this one is in number, this one is in word. Okay, so if you write in number, it's considered one word. If you write in a word, so it becomes 2 words. Okay, so try to use number. Okay, we try to use number so that we can save the word. Okay, save the word count. And then 2011 to 2015, number 4, you use a hyphen here. You use a symbol. So when you use a symbol, it becomes one word. But if you don't use a symbol, then you use the 2 here, TO2. So it becomes 3 words. Okay. Number 5 and number 6. Okay. Word ethics course. And then in number 6, you put the inverted comma here. So when you have the inverted comma here, it becomes one word. Okay. And the same to 7 and 8 also. Rated very satisfied. Rated very satisfied. So if you have the inverted comma, then you can make it become one word. So it becomes 2 words here. Okay, so this is how we try to save the word count, okay, for report writing. Okay, now let's see a sample question. Okay, a sample question. Study the visuals below using only the information provided. Analyze the number of heart attack cases among men and women. In your answer, you are to link the information presented in both visuals. You should write 150 to 200 words. Okay, so even though the question says you can write 150, my advice is don't stop writing at 150, but stop writing at 200 words. Okay, so that you can get more points for your analysis and synthesis. Okay, so this is the figure for this question. Figure 1, number of heart attack cases among men and women. Okay, 2011 to 2015. Okay, so here, when we get the question, first we must study the figure. Okay, we need to study the figure or the chart. Okay, so for this chart, you can see here, for men, okay, men here, it increase, okay, 320 to 380, and then until the highest is 600. Okay, usually what we see, we look for the highest and the lowest. Okay, so the highest is 600, okay, for men, and the lowest is 320. Okay, and for women, the highest is 150 and the lowest is 80. Okay, we try to analyze. Okay, and now we know what is the highest and what is the lowest, and we want to see a change. Okay, here we see there is a change here. Okay, because all this year it increased, but comes to here in 2014, it goes down. Okay, so here there is a change here. For women, there is keep on decreasing. Okay, decreasing. Okay, this is how we study this chart. Okay, and then there is another figure. Okay, figure 2 for activities performed by men and women. Okay, the activities they perform. So here you have the activity: complete office work, okay, attend meetings, manage staff problems, meet clients, attend to children. Okay, and we see for complete office work, all men and women, they are involved. Okay, they were until for the last 2015, women, they are not doing office work. Okay, and then attend meetings. Okay, we also can see 2011, okay, women, 2012, men, 13 men, 14 men. Okay, manage staff problem is the less compared to the other activity, only 1 year. Okay, in the 2015. Okay, then meet clients. Okay, so we see all by men. All the every year by the men, they are doing this activity. Attend to children, mostly done by women. But in the year 2015, the men also helped, okay, to attend to children. Okay, so this is for the second figure. All right. So here is the formula, okay, which I introduced or share with teachers so that can help them to remember what they should write, okay, for report writing. Okay, again, I have to tell that this formula is only applicable for this type of technical of this type of report writing. It doesn't mean all report writing can use this formula. Okay, I need to stress here. As we know, writing, when we write, is a kind of creation, okay, a kind of imagination when we write. Okay, everyone has their own style of writing. They how they want to write their essay. Everyone has their own style. Okay, and why I introduced this formula, because I want to help teachers to remember the key terms they or elements they need to write in their report. Okay, since MUE is very technical, that's why I have this formula, but it doesn't mean that it is applicable to all the report writing, because I think in SPM, report writing is not like this. Okay, SPM report writing is like a visit to the zoo. Okay, so you just have the title. Yes, you report, we may always have the title. Then you must mention the date, time, and venue, how many people, okay, participant, and then what did you do there. That is also a kind of report. Okay, but this report, this formula is for this kind of report, which because you have to do analysis and synthesis. Okay, you have to do analysis and synthesis. So we need to know what are the elements we must have in the analysis and synthesis. So I have this formula to help you all to remember. Okay, but it doesn't mean that for all report writing you can use the same formula. This is only for the MUE report writing. Okay, for the MUE report writing. Okay, so first you must have the title. Okay, and then you have your I, the introduction. Okay, O is the overview. Then analysis and synthesis. C is conclusion. So how many paragraphs for report writing? 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there are 3 paragraphs. And for some people, they say, oh, analysis and synthesis, they want to divide into 2 paragraphs. It's okay also. So you have 4 paragraphs. Okay, it's acceptable. Okay, but at least you have 3 paragraphs, because there are only 200 words. Okay, so 200 words. So we no need to write a lot of paragraphs. At least 3. The most is 4. Okay. So the title. Okay, what is the? You must have the title, usually taken from the question. Underline the title if possible. Okay, so what is the title for this question? It says that we can take from the question. Okay, so where is the title from the question? The title is here. Okay, the number of heart attack cases among men and women. Okay, you can take it from the question. Okay, but it seems that it's still not complete, because it's only talk about the number of heart attack cases. But there is also talking figures. There's also talk about activities performed. Okay, so you can write the title. The number of heart attack cases among men and women, and the activities performed by them. Okay, for the title also can. Okay, there is the title and introduction. Okay, what is introduction? Use the title of the visual as a guide. Okay, figure 1 shows, while figure 2 displays or depicts. Okay, don't use the same word. Don't shows. Okay, so use different words. Okay, figure 1 depicts, while table 1 illustrates. Okay, make sure you spell it correct. If you are not sure of how to spell the word, you use other words. Okay, because you need to have correct spelling. All right, and so this is for the introduction. And only here, as I told just now, you use present tense. Okay, only this part, this sentence, only this sentence you use present tense. Other sentences you all use the past tense. Okay, overview. What is the overview? The overall trend. Okay, it shows connection between the two visuals. It should not focus on specific info or data. It shows the overall pattern or trend of the visuals. Okay. So overview will usually begin with generally. Okay. What was affected by what? So this will be the figures. Okay, based on the figures. Okay. So what is the figure about? So we'll, for overview, we will say generally the number of heart attack cases among men and women was affected by the activities they performed. Okay, was affected by the activities they performed. So this is the overview. So overview, we will tell the link between these two figures. Okay, the link. So usually we'll use the word like affected. Okay, affected, influence, related. Okay, correspond, should be past tense, corresponded. Okay, had an effect, showed, past tense, correlation, differed. Okay, so we will use these words to show a link between the two figures. Okay. Okay, so now we come to the most important part of this report writing. Okay, analysis. Okay, what is analysis? It's a comparison of the key features. Okay, and in analysis, we need to have these 4 elements. Okay, these 4 elements. When you write an analysis, make sure you have these 4 things: the key features, trend, data, and time frame. Time frame, I put an asterisk mark here because sometimes some figures they don't give you the time, so it's optional, means it's optional. So if there's no time, so we only have these 3. Okay, but if time is given, we must include all 4. Okay, we must have these 4. Okay, so that is for the analysis. So analysis, we must have these 4. Okay, these 4 elements are very important. So please remember them: the key features, the trend, the data, and time frame. Okay. What is key features? Key features is the subject reference. The subject reference. For example, this question. Okay. The key features, number of cases. So this is the key feature. Okay. And then the activities. Okay, the activities like complete office work, the one key feature, attend meeting, second key feature, manage staff problems. So all these are the key features. Okay. So key features is the subject reference. And trend word. Trend word is the language of comparison. Okay, we compare the first and second. So increase, decrease. Okay, so it's comparing. And data is usually the figure, the number or percentage. Okay, that is the data. For example, this the data for this will be this number, or 320, 380, 450. These are the data. Okay, these are the data. Okay, and then the time the time frame is the year, okay, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. This is for the time frame, okay, the time frame, okay. So it can be year, month, week, day, or etc. Okay. For analysis, okay, we must have these 4 elements: A, B, C, D, key features, the trend, data, and time frame. Okay, so the subject reference must be correct. What is to be analyzed? Okay, so for example, just now we had number of heart attack cases among men and women. Okay, so make sure when talking about men, so it's for the men. Talking about women is for the women. Okay, so it must be correct. And an analysis must have a trend word or language comparison. You must have, okay, you must have a trend word, okay, for your analysis. It increased, it decreased, okay, it's the same, no change, is also a trend word, okay. The highest, the lowest, these are also the trend word. And then a complete analysis must have all the 4 characteristics mentioned above. Okay, that is this A, B, C, D. Okay, key features, trend, data, time frame. Some question need only A to C. Okay, that is without the time frame. Okay, if you have A and C without B, it is not analysis but mere description. B means you don't have the trend word. Okay, so as here number 2 say, an analysis must have a trend word. So if you have A, you have C, and you have D, but you do not have trend, so it is not analysis. Okay, it is not analysis. It is just a description. You just describe. Okay, you are not analyzing. Okay, to analyze, you must say whether it increase or decrease. Okay, you must have the trend word. Okay. And also there is no need to analyze every single data. Okay, you must remember, you only write how many words? 200 words. Okay, so you no need to analyze every single data, like saying the number of heart attack cases of men in 2011 was 320, then it increased to 380 in 2012, increased to 450 in 2013, increased to 600. Or every data, if you write all the data, it will be more than 200 words. Okay, so as I said, what you do, you look for the highest and the lowest. Okay, look for the highest and the lowest, and you look for the change. Okay, if there is a change, okay, from increase to decrease. Okay, you also we analyze this. Okay, we don't analyze every single data. Okay, so because we need to save the words, only 200 words. Okay. All right. So for the trend word, okay, so these are the words you can use for the trend. Okay. If it goes up, so you can use rise, gain, increase, improve, escalate. Okay. Higher, higher, highest, more than, or most. Okay. All this will be past tense, because I still don't have time to change it. Okay, past tense. Okay, it goes down, fell, dropped, okay, lost, decreased, depreciate, deteriorated, declined. Okay, low, lower, lowest, less than or least. Okay, make sure you have the correct spelling. If you are not sure, then you don't put this word like deteriorate. So difficult. Okay, so if you're not sure of the spelling, then you just use decreased or declined. Okay, as long as you have the correct trend word. Okay, this is just a report writing. Okay, you must have the correct trend word. Okay, if there is no change, then we will use stable, stabilized, constant, or consistent. Okay, and if it goes up and down, so we use the word like erratic, fluctuating, unstable, or inconsistent. Okay, but we seldom get this kind of chart. Okay, but we don't know. Maybe this year your test different. Okay, then we can also use some useful adjectives: slight, steady, gradual, sharp, steep, drastic. Okay, doubled, tripled, or quadrupled, record high or record low. Okay, so this is for the trend word. Okay, for the data, okay, when we describe the data, we also can use this trend, okay, like highest percentage, greatest proportion, lowest number, okay. So we use this to describe the data. Okay, so this is also the trend word, okay, we can use, okay. And we can also use other words, okay, like as, quite as, just as, nearly as, okay, much more, far more, okay, depending on the question you get, okay. So these are the words, most, second, third, or least, okay. You can also, sometimes you compare which is the first, second, third, so we also can use this, okay. Okay, so the formula, so we have cover title, we know we must have the title for the report. Then we will have the introduction. The introduction, which we will introduce the figures, where we say figure 1 shows what, while figure 2 displays what. And then we have the overview. Overview will show a link between the two figures. So we will begin by saying generally, okay, generally, what, something, okay, what was affected or was influenced by, okay, something else. Okay, for example, the example given, generally the number of heart attack cases was affected by the activities performed by men and women. Okay, so that is the overview. Okay, overview. Okay, then for analysis, okay, we have also learned we must have these 4 elements. Okay, the key features, trend, data, and time. Okay, these 4 elements we must have for analysis, especially the trend word. Okay, if you write without the trend word, it is not analysis. It becomes a description. Okay, you are just describing the data. Okay, so you must have a trend word. Okay, the trend word like increase, decrease, decline, constant, consistent, the highest, the lowest. Okay, to show that it is an analysis. Okay, now we will come to synthesis. Okay, what is synthesis? Okay, not yet. Okay, example. Okay, let's see example first. Example for analysis. Now we're still in analysis. Okay. The first example, tourist arrival to Malaysia increased from 985,000 in 2012 to 1.1 million in 2015. Okay, so the key features here is tourist arrival to Malaysia. This is the key feature. Okay, then the trend word increased. Okay, this is the trend word. And the data, 985,000. Another data, 1.1 million. And the time frame, 2012 to 2015. Okay, so make sure you have this 4. Okay, then this is called an analysis. So you have one analysis in this sentence. Okay, because you have the 4 elements. Okay, example 2 also. Okay, the percentage of foreign tourists registering for island tours declined for 255,000 2014 to 244,000 in 2015. So the key feature, the percentage of foreign tourists registering for island tours. Okay, this is the key feature. And then declined is the trend word. Then the data, 255,000 and 42,000. That is the data. The time, 2014, 2015. Okay, so you have the 4 elements here. So this is an analysis. Okay, one more example. Female executives preferred shopping on weekends to weekdays with 58% and 42% in 2015 respectively. Okay, so the key feature, female executives. Okay, here the trend word is not so obvious. It's not highest, lowest, but here it is preferred shopping on weekends to weekdays. Okay, preferred shopping on weekends to weekdays. Is a comparison. Remember, trend word, trend we compare. Okay, we compare. So we compare two different things. Okay, so we can either use increase, decrease, or like here we compare weekends to weekdays. So it's still comparison. So this is the trend. Okay, then the data is the percentage, 58% and 42%. And then you have the year 2015. So 4 elements are here. So this is also an analysis. Okay, synthesis. Okay, now we come to synthesis. So another important part. Okay, another important part of report writing. What the MUE examiner told me is you must have synthesis in order to get your C1. If you only have analysis, you don't have synthesis, you will not get your C1. Okay, you will only get B2. Okay, so make sure you have your synthesis in your report writing. Okay, make sure you have synthesis in your report writing. It's very important. Okay, to help you to get your C1. Okay, this is what the examiner told me. Yeah? Okay. So the link between info in visual 1 and visual 2. So in this analysis, we compare. Okay, in analysis, we compare. But for synthesis, we link. Okay, analysis, compare, but synthesis, we link. Okay, we link the first figure and the second figure. Okay, so the link can be a cause and effect. It can be a reason, consequence, result, outcome, or correlation. Okay, that is the link we can show. Okay, so for synthesis, here the note says sometimes a synthesis may be an unexpected outcome. Okay, for example, although Pizza House had the most number of promotional activities, there's 3 activities. In week 2, its sales was the lowest among other restaurants at only 3,000 ringgit. Okay, so it has the most number of activities, but the sales was the lowest. So highest, lowest. So the result is not accordingly, but an unexpected outcome. Okay. So these are the words, okay, the conjunctions, as I said just now, okay, the conjunctions or the words to link, okay, to link 2 sentences, which will help you to get, your synthesis, okay, and you can also write your compound sentence and complex sentence. So because, so as, so, though, due to, cost, although, okay, resulted in information. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the example. Okay, let's see this example 1. As the number of guards who attended the course was the lowest at 20, the ability to communicate in English was rated the lowest, that is 1, by the foreign students. So here we have this conjunction as. Okay, we have this conjunction as. And we have this analysis. The first, there are 2 analyses here. Okay, 2 analyses. The number of guards who attended analysis. Okay, so the first analysis, the key feature, remember you must have the 4 elements. The 4 elements. So the key features, the number of the lowest, the data 20. Okay, there is no time frame here. Okay, so this is an analysis. So we have 1 analysis here. And the second analysis, the key feature, the ability to communicate in English. Okay, that is the key feature. Rated the lowest. The lowest is the trend. 1 is the data. Okay, so you have these 3 elements. So this is also an analysis. So you have 2 analyses here combined by a conjunction. So it becomes a synthesis. Okay, a synthesis means 2 analysis and 1 conjunction. Okay, 2 analysis and 1 conjunction. Then you have your synthesis. Okay, let's see. I only give one example only. Okay, never mind. Later we'll see more. Okay, conclusion. Okay, now we come to the conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is a rewording of the overview or overall trend, a summary of the analysis. You may begin your conclusion by writing in conclusion, or it can be seen that. Okay, so conclusion is a rewording of the overall overview. Okay, so reword the overview. So let's comes to our formula again. Okay, so formula for report writing. So you must have the title, okay, which you can get from the question or from the caption of the figures. Then you have the introduction which you introduce what, while figure 2 displays what. Then you have the overview. The overview, you show the link between the 2 figures. Okay, generally, you begin by saying, generally, the number of heart attack cases was affected by the activities performed by men and women. Okay, so you show a link between the 2 figures. Okay, that's the overview. Okay, then you have the analysis, which you must have the 4 elements: the key features, the trend, the data, and the time. Time frame is optional. If it is given in the figures, you must mention it. If it is not given, then it's okay. And then you have the synthesis, which is means 2 analysis and 1 conjunction. Okay, you have the 2 analysis and 1 conjunction. Then you have a synthesis. Then the last is the conclusion. Conclusion is the rewording of the overview. Okay, rewording of the overview. So just now overview, we say generally the number of heart attack cases was affected by the activities performed by men and women. So here conclusion is the overview. Actually, conclusion is the overview, but we reword it. We don't write use the same word or sentence. Okay, we don't copy paste. Okay, we reword it. So just now you use was affected. So here the last sentence you just say was influenced. Okay, you use another word to replace, or what you do is you change from just now you use passive voice, so now you use active voice. Okay, in conclusion, the activities performed by men and women influenced the number of heart attack cases. Okay, so a conclusion is actually the same with overview, but you reword it. Okay, reword. Okay. Okay, now we will look at this example closely. Okay, just now we have figure 1, number of heart attack cases among men and women. Okay, so now these 2 are combined in 1. Okay, then the activities they perform also is also here. Okay, attend meetings. Okay, complete office work, all are here already. Okay, so now the mark scheme for question 1, okay, for this sample question, the title, number of heart attack cases among men and women and the activities performed by them, 2011 to 2015. So this is the title. Okay, then the introduction, the I, figure 1 shows the number of heart attack cases among men and women, while figure 2 displays the activities performed by them from 2011 to 2015. Okay, or you can write it in this way. Figure 1 and figure 2 depict the number of heart attack cases among men and women and the activities performed by them respectively from 2011 to 2015. Okay, there is another way of writing the okay. Okay, overview means we show a link between the 2 figures. Okay, so generally the number of activities performed by men and women influenced the number of heart attack cases among them. Or you can say, overall, the type of activities performed by men and women affected the number of heart attack cases among them. Or you can say this way, when men and women performed more activities, the number of heart attack cases among them was mostly higher. Or you can say it this way too. There is a correlation between the number of heart attack cases among men and women and the number of activities performed by them in most of the 5 years. Okay, so there are many ways you can write. As I said, it's your own style of writing. Okay, it's your own style of writing. The formula I introduced is just to help you to remember the term or the element, the important points you must have in your report writing. Okay. Then the analysis and synthesis here. So this is how the examiner, they will write, they will see how many A, how many analysis, how many S, how many synthesis. They will mark, okay, they will write there, okay, on your script, okay. Like here in 2011, the number of heart attack cases among men was the lowest at 320 because the men did the least number of activities, 2 which were completed office work and met clients. Okay, so as I said, it's very technical. Okay, report writing homework is very technical because the examiner will look. Okay, is there a key features? Okay, yes, number of heart attack cases. Is there a trend word? Okay, yes, there is that. Data, yes. Okay, there is a conjunction there. Okay, there is a trend word list. Okay, there is the data there. Okay, then the key features. Okay, so if they all are here, okay, so you will have 2 analysis and 1 synthesis. Okay, synthesis means 2, when you combine 2 analysis with a conjunction. Okay, that is synthesis. Okay, am I speaking very fast? Okay, actually the time is quite short. Okay. Okay, then the second one, when the number of activities performed by men was the least, that is 2 in 2011, their number of heart attack cases was the lowest at 320. Okay, so also you have 2 analysis and 1 synthesis. However, okay, here you have a conjunction. The number of cases was still higher than that of the women. 150 cases who perform more activities than them. So again, 2 analysis and 1 synthesis. Okay, then in number 3, okay, in number 3, here you have 3 analysis, but there is no synthesis. Do you know why? Why there is no synthesis here? Why there is no synthesis here? Okay, one teacher asked, okay, one Julia asked, how many analysis and synthesis do we do? Okay, I also asked the same question to the MUE examiner, how many analysis and synthesis? And her answer is, there is no fixed number. Okay, she told me there is no fixed number. Okay, but you must have at least 1 synthesis. That's her answer. Okay, but I don't know. Okay, I don't know is that only 1 synthesis. Okay, they look for. But this the sample I'm giving you is a good sample. It is a band 6 or C2 level. Okay, so you see that there is a lot of analysis and synthesis. So I think just by writing 1 synthesis is actually not enough. Okay, so try your best because you need to write 200 words. Okay, so try your best to have more. Okay, have more analysis and synthesis. When you have analysis, you try to add the conjunction to make it become a synthesis. Okay, so you can that means you will have more synthesis because you just combine with use 1 conjunction. Okay, to link the 2 analysis, then you will have 1 synthesis. Okay, so now this number 3. Okay, number 3. There is no synthesis here. Okay. As we know, synthesis means 2 analysis and 1 conjunction. Is there a conjunction? There is 1 word but here, right? Okay. There is 1 word but. So the teacher told me, oh, there is a but, so there is a conjunction, but still it's not considered a synthesis. Why? Okay, you see, the number of heart attack cases among men increased rather gradually from 320 in 2011 to 450 in 2013, but it shot up to 600 cases in 2014, which was the highest of the 5 years. This analysis is only based on one figure, figure 1, okay? It's all on one figure, figure 1. It did not mention figure 2, okay? Figure 2 is not here. It's only based on one figure, okay? Figure 1. So if only one figure, that means analysis. For synthesis, you must have mentioned link. You must link the two figures. Okay, for synthesis, you must link the two figures. Okay, so for this one, because there is only all the data, all the key features are only from one figure, so you only have analysis. You don't have synthesis here. Okay, so make sure you must show the link between the two figures. Okay. Clear? I hope you understand. Okay, now number 4. Okay, also one that we need to take note. When men carry out 3 activities in 2013, the number of heart attack cases among them was at 450. Okay, this is a description. Okay, it's not analysis and not synthesis. It is a description. Okay, do you remember why it is not analysis? When when it becomes a description, why it becomes description? Why it is not an analysis? Okay, why it is a description? Why it is not an analysis? Okay, anyone know? Why this is a description? Why it is not an analysis? Okay, just now we said for analysis we must have trend word. Okay, trend word. But here there's no trend word. Yes, Asma, very good. Okay, she answered no trend word. Yes, very good. Okay, so here there's no trend. Sorry, here there's no trend word. There's no word like increase, decrease. Okay, so this is only a description. Okay, then next one we have this. However, with the addition of the activity, manage staff problems in 2014, the number of cases surged to 600. So you have one analysis and one synthesis. Okay. And then number 5, okay, I think you can read yourself. Okay, it's almost the same. So you have 2 analysis and 1 synthesis. Okay, number 6 also. You have the trend word, you have the conjunction, then the trend word the same. Okay, the key features here. Okay, so also 2 analysis and 1 synthesis. Okay, then 7 also the same. Okay, I don't think I need to read all. You can read by yourself. Okay, so the last one is just one analysis. Okay, there's no synthesis because it's just talk about the total number of heart attack cases was higher. Okay, men higher than the woman. Okay, so it's only one analysis here. Okay, so conclusion. Conclusion just now we say is the we reword the overview. Okay, conclusion, reword the overview. So here you will say, in conclusion, the number of heart attack cases among men and women in the 5 years was influenced by the number of activities performed by them. So we reword. Conclusion is the same with overview, but we reword it. Okay, then you can write in number 2 or number 3. Okay, other way of writing. Okay. Sample answer, so it's still based on the same sample. So here you have the title. Okay, wait, this is for your report. Okay, when you write, then your introduction. Okay, the I here is the introduction. Figure 1 shows, while figure 2 displays. Okay, this sentence we use past tense. Then for the next one is the overview. So we begin by generally. Okay, then influence. Okay, correlation. Okay, and others. Okay, then here, this is the way how the examiner will put a mark. They'll put AAS there. Okay, the examiner will mark like this. Okay, on your paper. Okay, so they will tick all this word. Okay, so that's why I say it's very technical. Okay, report writing for MUET is very technical because the examiner will see, oh, do you have the trend word? Do you have the conjunction? Okay, do you have all these things? How many? Do you have analysis? Do you have synthesis? Okay, they will look for all these things. Okay, by the MUET examiner. Okay, then okay, and then last paragraph is the conclusion. Okay, so conclusion again we say is a reword of the overview. In conclusion, when women perform more activities, the number of heart attack cases was mostly higher. So 200 words. Okay, at the end you just write the words there. Okay, that's for report writing. You count the word, but others essay writing no need to count. Okay, the comments given for this sample, the title is apt, then the intro also complete. It mentioned the 2 widgets. The overview is clear, accurate, and complete. Shows a link between the 2 widgets. Here they put the number, you see. Analysis, they are 13. Synthesis, they are 6. Okay, they put the numbers there. So actually, I still don't get I asked a few examiners. They still don't give me the correct answer. How many analysis and how many synthesis you must write? They didn't tell me. Okay, I asked them. Okay, that's why I said sometimes they change. Maybe this year they want more. They have this number. Next year they have another number. I don't know. Okay, so we still do not. But try your best. Okay, to write more. Okay, don't just write one synthesis only. Write more. Try to write more. Okay, and to get C1, remember you must have your synthesis. Okay, to get C1, you must have your synthesis. If your report you only has analysis, then you will not get your C1. Okay. Then the conclusion here is accurate and appropriate. The ability to highlight all the significant info accurately and effectively, analyze and synthesize info accurately and effectively. Okay, present info organized manner. Okay, all these things I think it's okay. The report is precise and concise. Okay, do's and don'ts. Okay, so do write a title. This is a report, so it follows the format of a report. So you must have a title and spend about 5 minutes to analyze the stimuli or the figure. So as I told you, when you analyze, try to find the highest, the lowest, and when there is a change or different. Okay, that's to analyze. And then use proper paragraphing. You must have introduction, body paragraph. So the introduction is just a I plus O, the introduction and the overview. Then you have the body paragraph, which are your analysis and synthesis. Then you have the conclusion. The conclusion, you reword your overview. Okay, and then use correct time frame. Okay, so 2014. So the data you give should be for 2014. Okay, 2015 data also must be for 2015. So don't miss up. Sometimes when we write, okay, we confused. Okay, we confuse the examiner. Okay, or we ourselves are confused. Okay, so try to use the correct time frame. So it is important. You must check your work before submitting. So you must know how to divide your time wisely so that you have time to check your grammar, time to check your language after writing. Okay, we don't want just after write, we don't have time to check and then we have to submit. Okay, so you must spend your time wisely because you have to write 2 essays. To forget, one is this report, another is the essay writing. So after you finish writing, you must have the time to check again your work. Okay, it's very important. So that when you write here, you maybe you give the wrong time. Okay, you still have the time to change. Okay, so that you don't give wrong data or wrong information. Okay, and use correct and consistent tenses. Okay, so as I say, there's only one sentence you use present tense, that is for the introduction, but the rest you will use the past tense. Okay, and don't write more than 200 words. Don't make your own assumptions. Okay, don't bring in information outside of the visuals given. Don't try to predict. Okay, 2015, okay, it goes down. So 2016, I predict it will go up. Okay, no need. And don't only use data from one stimulus. Okay, if you use only data from one stimulus, from one figure, that means you only have analysis. Okay, you only have analysis, you don't have synthesis. Okay, so you will not get your C1. Okay, so make sure you must have information. You must write use two stimulus, 2 figures. Okay, so make sure you must have both. Okay, then this is the credit for the ELTC, because this is actually a course that we carry out for the teachers last year in Batu Pahat for the Pro App course. Okay, so these PowerPoint slides actually are for them, but I'm sharing it with you all also. All right, so I finished with my report writing. Okay, let me see if there is any question. Why do we have this? You see, I don't understand what does it mean. Okay, can description connected by one analysis with a conjunction considered as synthesis? Okay, so just now, okay, I think she saw this. I think this one. There's one description. Okay, so here you have this number 4. Okay, you have one description. Okay, then you have analysis, but it still considers one synthesis. Okay, even though it's not 2 analysis. Okay, even though it's not 2 analysis. Okay, one description, one analysis combined with a conjunction is considered one. It is considered a synthesis. Okay, it is considered a synthesis. Okay. Okay, so as I said, this report writing is very technical. Okay, it's very technical, and every year there may be a change. This year they say, oh, it's considered a synthesis. Next year they may say, oh, it's not considered a synthesis. Okay, so it's hard to tell. Okay, it's hard to tell because there will be a change. Okay, according to the chief examiner. Okay, if those of you who are marker, okay, for SPM, sometimes the chief examiner they have different point of view. They think this is acceptable, or some they think it is not acceptable. Okay, so here they consider it as a synthesis, but I don't know, maybe next year or other year they don't consider it, so we don't know. Okay, but there are still many instances of synthesis. Okay, so try to write more analysis and synthesis. That's why I said in the beginning, don't stop writing at 150. Stop writing at 200, so that you can include more analysis and synthesis, because you still have 50 words. Okay, 150 to 200, you still have 50 words. So you can write more analysis and synthesis. Then you can have more points. Okay, you can have more points. And it's also hard to tell how many analysis and how many synthesis you must have. Okay, because the examiner also never answer my question. Okay, how many? So try to write as much as possible in 200 words. Okay, and please try to end your 200 with a conclusion. Okay, your 200 words must end with a conclusion. Okay, like this one. Okay, so it should be conclusion. So don't stop. Your 200 words shouldn't be here. And then your conclusion is after 200. So it makes your essay, your report incomplete. Okay, your report is incomplete. Then it is not a good piece of report. Okay, so try to include all these elements. Okay, include all these elements in your report. Okay. Okay, so if there is no more question for report, so I will move on to essay writing. Okay, now let's go to essay writing. Let me get it from here. Okay, so as you are given 90 minutes, okay? 90 minutes to write 2 essays, so that's why the time is quite limited. Okay, so usually for writing, we know we have to use process writing. Okay, we need if if when we were students in university, we need to follow the 5-step process for pre-drafting, revising, and then the final product. Okay, but when it comes to exam, okay, we cannot write in a limited time. Okay, we are given a limited time to write. Okay, so that's why we so that those words that you learned in reading, you can use it in your writing. Okay, because for reading, you also have to answer like the bar graph, the chart, the figure also. So those things that you learn from your reading, you can use it in your writing. Okay, where is my essay writing? I already posted it in the, okay, it's here. I already posted it in the Google Classroom. Okay, so actually you can get it. Okay, you can get it from the Google Classroom. The notes are there. Really, I still don't have the time to put the exercise for writing in the Google Classroom. Okay, because I find that actually the exercise I put in the Google Classroom for the first series. Okay, for the first series of CEFR online, I actually asked the teachers to write. Okay, they write in Google Doc. Okay, then I corrected their essay because that time was during MCO. Okay, so I have the time. I have the time to mark their writing, their report, and their essay. Okay, those of them who submit, but not all. Okay, we had 160 of them who attended the first series of course. Okay, so some of them who submitted, so I mark theirs. Okay, and then I send back to them. Okay, then when it comes to the second, third, and fourth series, and it's no more during MCO, so we start working already. So I changed the format to Google Form. Okay, because I don't have time to mark. So the exercise is just like you have choice to make. Okay, like word count. Okay, So count the words. So I feel that it's no point for me to give you this kind of exercise, okay? Because in real Muet, you also not doing, you are not going to count the word or going to choose the answer for writing. You have to write. For writing, you must write, okay? So what my suggestion is, since you don't have time, okay, you only have like 2 more weeks for your test. So maybe you study the sample answer given in the MUET book, okay? Study the sample answer given in the MUET book, and maybe just try to follow the way they write, okay? The answer, try to follow the way they answer and write like the how the sample answer is given, okay? You need to write, okay? For writing, you need to write, okay? There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut, and time is very limited unless you have teachers who already got C2 and who are very willing to help. But sometimes it's very rare. Okay, if you have a teachers who are good and who are willing to help you, okay, you can write and ask that teachers to check your grammar, check your language. Okay, but because the time is very limited, so my suggestion is you just study the sample answer given, okay, and try to write like them, okay, write the answer given. That is the only way. You must write, okay, please write, okay. So maybe just copy the way they write, okay. That is the only way, I think, because you don't have time already, yeah. Okay. So now we come to the second part of writing, which is the essay writing. Sometimes they call it extended writing. Okay, it's the same. Okay, it's 30% for 2 essay, for 2 writing texts. Okay, 30%, 90 minutes, so 1.5 hours. You need to write 2 writings. So make sure, okay, when you finish writing, make sure you have the time to check. Have the time to check spelling, check grammar, check your language, check the vocabulary. Okay, for report, okay, you must check the key features, the data, make sure it is correct. Okay, so that you don't lose marks. Okay. So for question 2, okay, essay writing is 60 marks. Okay, write an essay based on a given topic, not less than 350 words. Okay, so it's actually like the SPM essay. Okay, SPM essay also not less than 350 words. Okay, so if you are writing on a piece of foolscap paper, the foolscap paper, it will be 1.5 page. Okay, 1.5 page. If you have small handwriting, maybe 1 page is enough. Okay, if you have big handwriting, maybe 2 pages. Okay, so 2 pages the most. Okay, don't write more. Okay, because the time. Okay, the time is very limited. Okay, the time is very limited, and this is it can be a argumentative essay or persuasive essay. You are not writing novel or short story. You don't need to write very long. Okay, you don't have time to write long. And after the CEFR readiness test, if you are free, okay, you can write very long. Okay, long story or novel. Okay, but since you have only 90 minutes, okay, so don't write too long. Okay, don't write too long. If you are very good, unless you are very good in your language or you are very confident, okay, you can write long. Okay, but don't write too long because 90 minutes only. And if you write very long and you have a lot of errors, okay, you have a lot of grammar errors, spelling errors. Sometimes when the examiner mark, they will be feeling like wasting their time. Okay, they are marking because they have to do write some symbol. Okay, or they have to underline. Okay, or they have to put some mark there. But if you have so many errors there, it takes them a lot of time. Okay, to try to understand what you are trying to write. Okay, so don't write too long, not less than 300 words, 350 words. Okay, 2 pages. okay, or 3 pages the most, okay, but make sure it's a good essay, okay, so you can write long. All right, the writing marking scheme, okay, for question 2, okay, also the same. You need to have the time task fulfillment, which is 30%, and language and organization 30%. Okay, so 60%. Just now report writing is 40%. Okay, report writing is 20, 20, 40. This essay writing 30, 30, 60. So altogether 100 marks. Okay, 100 marks for writing, and then later they convert it to 90 marks. Or that is the MUET system. Okay, then so to get your C1, you must get at least 21. Okay, from 21 from 30. Okay, so that you can get your C1. Okay, what to focus? Task fulfillment, language, and organization. Okay, so for task fulfillment, you must show good response to the task, develops idea reasonably well, the information is well linked, and present your viewpoints reasonably well, shows reasonably mature treatment of the topic. Okay, so that is for your task fulfillment. So yeah, so when you get the question, make sure you understand the question and underline the keywords. Okay, underline the keywords so that the points you give is related. Okay, the points you give is related to the question. Okay, and then for the language, okay, for essay writing, you must show confident control of the language largely accurate, with few minor errors, spelling generally accurate, meaning comes across clearly. Okay, this meaning is very important. Okay, writing. Okay, the meaning, the how we write can mean different thing. Okay, so that's why we need to always write. Okay, practice writing. Reading also need a lot of practice. Writing the same. You also need to do a lot of practice so that you can write and get your meaning clear. Get your meaning clear to the reader. Okay. Also, you must show variety of sentence structure. Okay, which means you also need to have compound sentence and complex sentence. Okay, not just simple sentence. Simple sentence is primary level. Okay, now you want to get C1. Okay, so C1 you must show a variety of sentence structure. Okay, appropriate and varied vocab. Okay, so use different words, don't always repeat the same word. Okay, and able to link ideas effectively. Okay, organization, paragraph has unity and paragraphs coherent. Okay, so we must follow the flow. Okay, introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. Okay, a good essay shows logical, mature ideas, contains clear thesis statement. Okay, this is a very important thing, the thesis statement. For an essay, we must have a very clear thesis statement so that the reader know what are you trying to say what are you trying to say in the whole essay. Okay, so from the thesis, just one sentence or two sentences or thesis statement, we will know what are you trying to say in the whole essay. So thesis statement is very important. Later, we will study a few examples. Okay, and also you must be able to support main ideas with elaboration examples. Okay, for essay. Okay, and uses good language, grammar, spelling and vocabulary, and varied sentence structure. Makes sure the paragraphs are coherent. Okay, so you must use the linkers or cohesive devices. Okay, how to write? Read the statement given carefully, brainstorm and organize your ideas and make a clear stand. Okay, clear stand for this type of essay usually is an argumentative essay or opinion essay. They'll ask you to give your stand. They'll ask questions like, do you agree? Okay, so you must give your stand whether you agree or disagree. Okay, so you must make a stand there, a clear stand. And remember, you write 350 words in 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Just now, report writing is 200 words in 40 minutes. 200 words in 40 minutes. Now, essay writing is 350 words in 15 minutes. So, that means the time is very limited, 1.5 hours. If you are a person who always write, it's not a problem. Okay, if you are a person, you always write, you always any free essay or write diary or reflection, so it's not a problem. Okay, but if you don't, you are lack of writing practice, because teachers, as I know, teachers teach a lot. We teach a lot, but we seldom write. Okay, we teach a lot. What we write is just lesson plan. Okay, or we actually now we type, we don't write. Okay, but we seldom write. So sometimes we might lack the ideas. Okay, we might lack the ideas. We don't know what to write. Okay, so that's why I said reading will help you. Do a lot of reading. Okay, so that you, with the points or with the ideas given in the reading text, so you will have more ideas when you write. Okay, and also you must write. Okay, practice writing. You must write. Okay, if you don't write, you feel very when suddenly now in the test exam you suddenly you have to write, you feel that you are blank, you will be blank, you don't know what to write. Okay, so you must try to practice writing every day. Write 2 essay. Okay, now you have 2 more weeks to go. Every day try to write 2 essay. You cannot just copy the essay. Okay, we also taught our students like that. Copy essay, copy that is the method. Okay, for drilling. Okay, so just write. Okay, make yourself write. Okay, something, and then it will help you. Okay, you will become more confident. Okay, when it comes to writing, if you don't write, then you feel very difficult to write. Okay, so 350 words in 50 minutes. Okay, and make sure in this time you have the time to go back to your essay and check your grammar, check your spelling. Okay, check the organization of the essay. Okay, so make sure you have time to check also. Okay, you try to make as few errors as possible. Okay, we don't want the examiner, when they mark your essay, they have a lot of red pen marks. Okay, when we mark our students' book, we also don't like to see a lot of red pen marks. So the same also, the examiner, when they mark our essay, so we also don't want them to see we have a lot of errors. So make sure we have the time to check the grammar, the language, the spelling, okay, and others. All right. So okay, here I have a sample question, okay, which is taken from July 2017. Okay, so in this question, okay, a definition is given by macmillandictionary.com. Modern gadgets can be defined as small pieces of equipment that use new technology. Some of these modern gadgets are tabs, smartphones, computers, and laptops. Okay, so here a definition is given for modern gadgets. Okay, now this is the task or the question. With reference to the definition of modern gadgets given, do you agree that only children over the age of 7 should be allowed to use modern gadgets? Okay, so this is the question. So when we know, we underline. Do you agree that only children over the age of 7 should be allowed to use modern gadgets? Okay, so what are modern gadgets? It's not only handphones. Okay, it can be tabs, it can be computers, laptops. Okay, so not just handphones only. Okay, so now we know what are they. And another part we need to take note is only children over the age of 7. Okay, so children over the age of 7 will be those children who are in school. Okay, who has started going to school. Okay, 7 years old, year 1. Okay, they are in year 1. So when we give our elaboration or when we give our points, we don't give points about babies. Okay, babies is not over the age of 7. Okay, babies 1 or 2 years old, or we don't talk about toddlers, the child that just started to learn to walk. Okay, they are 4 or 5 years old. Okay, or 3 or 4 years old now actually. So we must remember it's only for children over the age of 7. Okay, so make sure we don't go out of the task. Okay, we must fulfill the task. Fulfill the task means we answer according to the task. Okay, so the task is, do you agree that only children over the age of 7, okay, should be allowed to use modern gadgets? Okay, and then it's say you must write at least 350 words. Okay, so how to answer the task? First, we need to state our stand for the task. Whether do we agree, do we disagree, or do we agree to a certain extent? Okay, or we can say partially agree. Okay, do we partially agree? So for this paragraph writing here, suggest to write 5 paragraphs. Okay, suggest. Okay, it's just my suggestion. Okay, of course you can write more. Okay, 6 paragraphs, 7 paragraphs. Okay, depending on the time you have. Okay, depending on how fast you can write, how much ideas you can have. Okay, but the common essay is the 5 paragraphs. Okay, we have the introduction, body paragraph, minimum 2 paragraphs, and then conclusion. So here I also have a formula, okay, for the essay writing. Just now I have formula for the report writing. So here I also have this formula for essay writing. So introduction, we must have the S, which is the stand. Okay, the stand, whether you agree, disagree, or partially agree. Then you have the thesis statement. Okay, later I'll explain what is thesis statement. I think some of you maybe still remember. Okay, I think during university, when you were at IPG, you also have learned thesis statement. Okay, but maybe some of you forgot already. Okay, then for the body paragraph, we have the MEEC. Okay, M means main idea. The triple E is the explanation, elaboration, and example. And the C is the concluding sentence. Okay, so for paragraph 2, also the same, main idea, triple E, concluding sentence, and main idea 3, the triple E and concluding sentence. Then the last paragraph is the conclusion. Okay, a big conclusion of this conclusion conclude everything. Okay, but each paragraph we still have one small concluding sentence. Okay, for each paragraph. Okay, so introduction. So what do we write for introduction? Okay, first we must have topic. Give a current situation to introduce the topic. Okay, a current situation. For example, this topic just now. Okay, about children over the age of 7 should be allowed to use modern gadget. So what is the current situation now? Okay, what is the current situation? Okay, now most parents give their children modern gadgets. Okay, allow their children to use modern gadgets as young as when they were very young. Okay, it's a trend. We can see that now of most parents, not all, most parents allow their children to use. Okay, so that is the current situation. Okay, and after that we will provide definition, but this definition must we give only when we are very sure. If we are not sure the definition, we don't give. Okay, but for this question just now, the definition is already given. Okay, the definition is already given. So you can either use this definition, okay, or you paraphrase the definition, okay, about modern gadgets. Okay, then you give your stand whether you agree, disagree, or partially agree. Okay, agree to a certain extent. Okay, so you give your stand. Then the last sentence or the first paragraph is your thesis statement. Okay, thesis statement. Okay, what is a thesis statement? An introduction must contain a thesis statement. It's very important. Okay, a thesis statement focuses your ideas into one or two sentences. It guides your writing and keep your argument focused. Okay, it is usually found at the last sentence of first paragraph. Okay, so it keeps you focused. Okay, when you have a thesis statement, so you will become more focused in your writing. So because sometimes the topic is very broad. Okay, if you don't have thesis statement, you can talk about many things. Okay, let's see the example. Okay, now we have this example. Okay, life of university student. Okay, so here I have two examples here. The first one, the life of university students is very busy. So it's very general, very busy. How? Why? Okay, why busy? How busy? Okay, it's very general. So to make it a thesis statement, we will say the life of the university student is busy with their time spent on studying, doing assignments, and socializing with peers. So here in this thesis statement, we give 3 points. Okay, the first point on studying, then the second point on doing assignments, and the third point socializing with peers. Okay, so later in the second paragraph, you will talk about studying. Okay, in the second paragraph. In the third paragraph, you will talk about doing assignment. Then in the next paragraph, you talk about socializing with peers. Okay, so it helps you to keep focused. So when you write, okay, studying, so this paragraph, I only write about studying. Then next paragraph, I only write about doing assignment. What assignment? How much time you spend for assignment? Okay. Okay, so it keep you focused. So thesis statement is very important. Okay, another example, let's see, fast food, the topic fast food. Fast food is very broad, okay? So if we say eating fast food is bad, why is it bad? How is it bad? Okay, so we need to make it more narrow down, okay, make it more focused. So we say eating fast food is bad because it is expensive, high in calories, and can lead to health diseases. Okay, so make sure we have 3 points or 4 points in the thesis statement, and then we develop our paragraphs based on these 3 or 4 points. Okay, so now you say that it's expensive. So paragraph 2, you talk about expensive. Then paragraph 3, you talk about high in calories, and paragraph 4, you talk about health diseases. Okay, can understand? Okay, one more example. Humans' new home. Okay, this topic. Humans move to Mars as their new home. Okay, so this is a sentence. This is just a sentence, but there is no thesis statement. Okay, so to have thesis statement, remember we must have 3 points or 4 points. Then it becomes a thesis statement. So here, humans should move to Mars to avoid issues of wars, famine, and global warming. Okay, so you have the issue, first issue, wars. So paragraph 2, you talk about wars, only the issue of war. Then paragraph 3, you talk about the issue of famine. Paragraph 4, you talk about the global warming. Okay, so we'll develop the paragraphs based on the points we give in the thesis statement. So you will not talk about many other things. Okay, so it helps you. Thesis statement helps you to be focused. Okay, focused in your writing. Okay, one more example here. Topic 4: homeless people. We should help homeless people. Okay, this is not a thesis statement. How to help? Why to help? Okay, we didn't say it. Okay, so we give 3 points here. We should give homeless people by giving them food. Okay, first point. Shelter, second point. And money, third point. Okay, then later we develop the paragraphs based on these 3 points. Okay, now a thesis statement is in the introduction, okay, in the first paragraph. So now we come to the body paragraphs, okay, the second, third, and fourth paragraphs. So advisable to have 3 points as mentioned in the thesis statement. So the 3 points can be all 3, 4. That is according to the stand. Okay, the question: do you agree or disagree? If you agree, okay, all 3, 4. So the points are to agree. If you disagree, then all your 3 points are against. Okay. If you partially agree, okay, you can either give 1 for and 2 against, or 2 for and 1 against. Okay. If partially agree, you have this 2 ways to give your points. Okay. So for the body paragraph, okay, it's the basic unit of organization in prose forms. Okay, each paragraph contains 3 major parts: the topic sentence, which is the aim, the main idea. Then you must have the supporting sentence with details and example, the triple E, which is the explanation, elaboration, and example, and then a concluding sentence, C. Okay. A topic sentence is a sentence whose main idea controls the rest of the paragraph. So the M is the the main idea is also the topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence of a paragraph, but not necessarily. Okay, usually when we start writing, if we are giving the points, okay, we agree. So we say firstly, what, okay. So it usually appear in the first sentence. Then actually it's easy for the reader to follow when we have it in the first sentence. Okay, but here said it's not necessarily. Okay, but in the first sentence can help reader to easily know what you are trying to say in the whole paragraph. Okay, the difference of topic, thesis statement, and topic sentence. Okay, here I actually should have a pyramid here, but it's missing. But I think in the Google Classroom, the notes given, there is a pyramid there. Okay, down pyramid. Okay. Okay, so the topic is usually prop, stimulating many ideas. Okay, and then a thesis statement is narrow, connecting a few selected ideas. So it is narrowed down. Okay, topic very broad, thesis statement narrowed down. Then topic center make it more narrower. Okay, it becomes narrower. Okay, it makes a statement about the thesis statement. So the example here there's to be a pyramid also. Okay, it's missing, but I think the notes is in the notes. Okay, life of university students, that is the topic. Okay, life of university student, very proud. Okay, you can talk about university student in UTM, UKM, or UPM. Okay, in different university, or you can talk about university student in different year. The first year we usually call the freshman. The second year we will call them sophomore. In the third year, they are going to graduate. We call them the undergraduates. Okay, or you can talk about university student in different country, in Malaysia, in Singapore, or Philippines. Okay, so it's very broad. Okay, the topic itself is very broad. So that's why we need to narrow it down to a thesis statement. Okay, thesis statement. So now here the thesis statement, the life of the university student is busy with their time spent on studying, doing assignment. Wait, okay, wait, okay. Suddenly hilang. Okay, busy with their time spent on studying, doing assignment, and so we narrow it down. Okay, then in topic sentence we narrow it again. The life of the university student is busy with the time spent on studying. So in this the paragraph we talk about only studying. Okay. So let's see the last one is the conclusion, okay, of the essay. We restate thesis statement. Okay, remember, restate the thesis statement. Just now in report, remember, in report we reword the overview. Okay, we reword in report writing. We reword the overview. In essay writing, we restate the thesis statement. Okay. And then we repeat the stand. Okay, we repeat our stand whether we agree, disagree, or partially agree. And then we also give a recommendation. Okay, we give a suggestion. And do not add any new idea. Okay, which means if your ideas are on these three ideas, studying, doing assignment, and socializing with peers. So these are the ideas. Okay, so you will not say, oh, the university students are also busy in going out dating. Okay, so there's another new idea. We don't write that in the conclusion. If you want to write, you can add it in the thesis statement. Okay, and then you would have one more paragraph before the conclusion. But in conclusion, no more new idea. Okay. Okay, so we see this example. Okay, the life of the university students is busy with their time spent on studying, doing assignment, and socializing with peers. This is the thesis statement. Okay, then for the main idea, the topic sentence one, the life of the university student is busy with their time spent on studying. So that is the first point. So the first main idea, and then we need to explain. Okay, the triple E. Okay, now according to the formula, the triple E. The first E is explain. Okay, this is due to the fact that they need to spend 3 years studying in their degree of bachelor program. Okay, and then elaborate. Besides, they have to study many courses in one semester. Okay, still about studying. Okay, example. For example, they need to study English, engineering, academic writing, and other courses. It takes 3 credit hours for each course in every week. So again, study also are still studying. So that's why thesis statement keep you focused. You will focus only on studying. Okay, this is the example you give. Then you must have a concluding sentence for each paragraph. Therefore, the university students spend most of the time in studying than in doing other things. Okay. So there is one sample paragraph or one of the points in the thesis statement. Okay. Now we have in essay we also need to use cohesive devices. Okay. Cohesive devices link your paragraphs together and make your writing easier to read. You use them in the beginning of the paragraphs. Okay. So here we have some examples. For listing, we can use firstly, first and foremost, secondly, thirdly, then after that, next, finally, lastly, last but not least. So for teachers, usually I tell them, oh, please use first and foremost instead of using firstly, okay, to show that you are a expert user, okay, proficient user, okay. Also use last but not least. Okay, don't use lastly. Okay, so that we are an expert user. Okay, long words also. Okay, longer words. Okay, and then for additional ideas, we can use besides, in addition, moreover, furthermore, other than that. For counter examples, okay, however, on the other hand, nevertheless, in contrast. Okay, for these words, on the other hand, many people, they like to put it under for additional ideas, okay, but it is not. Okay, please remember, on the other hand, is for counter example, to show a contrast or to show a different example, okay. It is not under additional ideas, okay. It's not the same. And also, we use these linkers also according to the stand you give. Okay, if you agree, okay, if your stand is agree, so you will all use this besides the additional ideas. Okay, but if you have partially agree, okay, so you will have addition. If you agree, then you use these words, and then when it comes to disagree, then you will use however on the other hand to show now you change your stand. Okay, you change your stand to disagree. Okay, so you use these counter examples. Okay. Then we had other examples for cohesive devices, like to show cause and effect. Therefore, thus, as a result of, consequently, to show example, for instance, to illustrate such as, like, namely, let's take, and lastly, to end the essay, we'll use in conclusion as a conclusion in a nutshell. Okay. Previously, when I had my series 1 talk with the teacher, they told me, oh, their recent SPM chief examiner said cannot use in a nutshell. Okay, cannot use in a nutshell to end the essay. Okay, I also don't know why. Okay, yeah, but what we know, we can use. Okay, we can use it. Okay, so sometimes this rule, okay, this rule or is actually set by a certain examiner or by a certain chief examiner, the rules. Okay, and because of these rules, okay, it actually limit the way we write. Okay, as we know, writing is one way of expressing uh, our own feelings, our own ways, our thoughts and our opinions. But sometimes, because they're giving too many rules, okay, it makes it become very technical, and then when it becomes too the rules, okay, can actually constrain our thinking, constrain our writing. Okay, so but I cannot do anything because that is set by the examiner, okay, by the chief examiner or by the lembaga peperiksaan. Okay, those rules are set by them. We cannot do anything. Okay, but we try our best to write. Okay, we know for writing, we try our best to write. It's one way to express ourselves. Okay. Okay, here I have a template for essay writing. Actually, this template essay writing is for those who are it is or for those who are not used to writing, and or for those who are not used to writing. Okay, if you are an advanced learner or advanced user, English user, actually we don't really follow this way of writing. This is just a guide, okay, a guide or template only. Okay, so for introduction, okay, first paragraph is the introduction, so we must have a current situation. So we begin by nowadays or in today's era or what. Okay, then we give our stand. Okay, in my opinion, I think I agree or disagree, or partially agree. Okay, then the thesis statement. Okay, make sure you have your thesis statement. Okay, in this essay, I'll discuss 3 reasons or strategy or suggestion which are, okay, what. Okay, so depend on the task. Okay, the question given. Okay, that's for the first paragraph or introduction. Okay, then wait, suddenly disappear. In the screen is there, but here my screen is dark. Okay, it's all black. Okay, what happened? Okay, maybe too long. Cloud convert. Okay, can you see? Can but I cannot move already. Suddenly I cannot move my PowerPoint. Why? Okay, I stop first, then I share again. Maybe too many things. Wait, what happened? Suddenly disappear the PowerPoint. I need to close it. Wait, waiting for Drive Google. And line is okay. Page unresponsive. Okay. Can't open the page. Alamak. Suddenly disappear. Okay, wait, That's the problem of internet, okay? Actually, I'm doing this at home, okay? I should, it's because of the Wi-Fi at my college. Okay, the Wi-Fi at my college is not so stable. Okay, that's why I'm doing this online course at home. Usually I do it at the college, but because my colleague told me, oh, if you have more than 100 people, you better don't do it at the college. Afraid that some may not, the line is not stable. Okay, so that's why he asked me to go home and do my online course, because at home I'm using Unify. Okay, Unify is better. Okay, but after this I have to go back to clock out. Okay, go to my workplace to clock out. Okay, actually we do this course is out of our own voluntary help. Actually, it's just a voluntary help by us, because just last year when a few teachers attended the course for ProElk, they are very concerned about this MUET. Okay, so they asked us if we can give them a the course again, okay, on this CEFR Readiness. So that's why we started it in January for few teachers, okay, who actually registered with us last year. So for them, we actually started this CEFR course on face-to-face course with them, okay. We have face-to-face course with them. And then later, when during MCO, okay, when we couldn't do it face to face, so that's why we do it online, okay. So that's how we started it out, okay. We Google Meet, okay, and that's why we find many teachers are actually interested to attend this course, but there are also some teachers, okay, like yesterday, a few, I think two teachers called me when we started this course. Actually, our course should end last week, okay, but because PPD want us to conduct this course, so we are doing this again. Okay, actually we want to rest already, but because PPD asked, okay, so we're doing this again. And so we conduct this course, CEFR Readiness for the teachers. And yesterday, actually a few teachers, two teachers called me, okay, and they told me, oh, they're going to retire, okay, should they attend this course? And because if they are going to retire, they no need to sit for the test, right? Okay, but then they are asked to sit for the test. They are asked to attend this course, and that is why they are very I don't know, because I think because some of you maybe were when you didn't some of you didn't attend the test in February, some of you were asked to write surat tunjuk sebab, so they were scared. Also this teacher who asked me if they don't attend my course, are they going to write a letter also? Okay, but that is not our work. Okay, we are here to share. Okay, we are here to share this with you all. We are not actually we are not going to penalize you or to force you, okay, to do to force you to must attend our course. We are doing this all this voluntary actually, okay. We have to spend our time, okay, and actually for me it's overtime already. Actually my work finish and at 5 p.m. okay, it's overtime, okay. So we hope that teachers please don't be too how to say feel so I don't know how to say please don't be too demanding, okay, from us. We actually do this on a voluntary basis, okay. We didn't ask for anything, okay. We just want to help the teachers. And what I'm sharing also, as I say, I'm not a MUET marker, I'm not an examiner. So because of my experience in teaching, my teacher trainee, and also experience in teaching, that's why I'm sharing this with you. But it doesn't mean after you did attend my course, you will confirm get your C1. Okay, the effort comes from you. Okay, you are the one who will decide whether what kind of level, okay, what standard you will get. It all depends on you. Okay, the input we give is only just 20% or 20%, but most effort comes from you yourself. Okay, so teachers, you need to work hard. Okay, there are only 2 weeks. Okay, so okay, now I come back to my slide. Just now don't know why it disappeared. Okay, Okay, so template, just now we're talking about this template. Okay, we had talking about introduction. Okay, then the body paragraphs. Okay, so main idea, the NEEC, the formula I give. So main idea, topic sentence one. Firstly, first and foremost, then you explain, you give, this is because, then moreover, for example, and so on, therefore. So actually here I put all the cohesive devices here, or the linkers, okay, so that you know what you are going to write. Okay, but this is just a template. Okay, a template. There is, as I said, everyone has their own style of writing. Okay, how you want to write depends on individual. This is just a template. Okay, to help you. Yeah, for those who are not used to writing, okay, maybe they need to have these templates to help them to remember what they should write. But how you want to write depends on your own style of writing. Okay, then the next paragraph also, you secondly, the second reason. Okay, in addition, for instance, many more and thus. Okay, then body paragraph 3 also, you have the finally, okay, the last point. Okay, but if you want to have 4 paragraphs for body paragraph, then you will add 1 more paragraphs. Okay, then the conclusion. Okay, for conclusion, remember you must repeat your thesis statement. Okay, in conclusion, in a nutshell, the 3 reasons or strategies suggestion I have mentioned above are what? Okay, then you repeat your stand. Okay, in my opinion, I still strongly believe, okay, what? And then recommendation. Okay, this is one, last one. Our government should, or we should. Okay, then here I have one sample question. Okay, about this. Okay, let's look at this question. Since achieving independence in 1957, Malaysia has been known for its peaceful and multiracial society. What can be done to further enhance national unity and solidarity among the various races? Elaborate and give relevant example in not more than 350 words. Okay, this question is not the same like the question just now. The question just now asked, do you agree? Okay, is an argumentative essay. They ask for your opinion. But this question, okay, what can be done to further enhance national unity and solidarity among the various races? Okay, he asked what can be done. Okay, what can be done? So it's like asking for your opinions actually. What is your opinion? Okay, in your opinion, what can be done to further enhance national unity? So it's not very clear. It didn't very directly, okay, ask in your opinion, okay, what? Okay, the question like this, okay, what can be done? Okay, but when you think, when you study the question, actually it asks for your opinion. Okay, it's an opinion essay. So how we can answer here? Okay, so can you see? You still can give your stand here. Okay, even though they didn't ask you, do you agree? Okay, or in your opinion. Okay, there is no asking of this, asking for opinion. Very clear. Okay, but you still can give your stand. Okay, so you see how this first paragraph is written. Nowadays, Malaysia is a leading tourist destination because we are famous for our multiracial society who live in peace and harmony. In my opinion, I strongly agree that. Okay, so you still can give your stand. Okay, even though the question did not clearly ask in your opinion or do you agree. Okay, but you can still give your your stand. Okay, give your stand. And then remember your thesis statement. Okay, in this essay, I will discuss 3 solid strategies. Okay, this thesis statement is very important. Okay, because it will guide your guide you and make you more focused in your writing. So for this example, the first point, okay, there should be 3 points for the thesis statement. So the first point, be more patriotic. Okay, second point, be respectful. Okay, and then the point is to mold a future generation that is tolerant and grateful. Okay, so make sure you have 3 points, or if you want to have 1 more point, 4 points also can. Okay, if you have more ideas. Okay, but make sure you have at least 3 points. Okay, or if you think 3 points enough, then that's okay. All right. So I think you can read this by yourself. Okay, about the sample. Okay. Then here how the linkers or the cohesive devices are underlined, so that it can help you to know how you can develop your sentence, okay, for each paragraph. Okay. Then the conclusion, we will restate the thesis statement, don't forget. Okay, in conclusion, restate the thesis statement, and then again repeat your stand. Okay, repeat your stand. I still strongly believe, and then you give a recommendation. Okay, I hope our government can do something, so you give a recommendation. Okay, in writing, avoid. Okay, these are the things we need to avoid: blatant irrelevancy or low content. Okay, for task fulfillment. Okay, so which means the points you give should be relevant. Okay, the points should be relevant. For example, the question just now asking about modern gadgets. So should the children above the age of 7 be allowed to use modern gadgets? Okay, so we will talk about for children above 7 years old. So we don't give points for babies or for toddlers. So that will be irrelevant. The points will be irrelevant. Okay, and also avoid immature treatment of the topic. Okay, so the topic also, if talking about modern gadgets, so the example or the elaboration, the supporting details should be all about modern gadgets. Okay, we will not confuse it with internet. Internet is another thing. Okay, remember, internet is internet. Modern gadget is modern gadgets. Okay, so the points we give, okay, should be related. Okay, so if all about modern gadgets, so make sure the points we give is for modern gadgets. Okay, well, internet will be another thing. You may give internet as a support, but you will not the whole 5 paragraph about internet. Okay, so you're out of the topic, out of the task. You do not fulfill your task. Okay, and also avoid writing a very short essay. Okay, since for this essay you need to write 350 words, so make sure you have 1.5 page, 2 pages or 3 pages the most. Okay, but don't write half a page. Okay, half a page is too short, and how can the examiner give you high marks? Okay, how can the examiner give you high marks if just a short essay? Okay, 60 marks, remember, 60 marks. So if it's just half a page, how many marks can the examiner give you? He maybe can give 10 the most, 10 out of 60. Okay, so don't write very short essay. And also avoid mistake opinions as facts. Okay, opinions and facts are 2 different things. Facts based on statistic. Okay, something that is true. Okay, opinions is usually I think, I feel. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, it's our own thinking. Okay, our own opinion. Okay, so we must not confuse ourselves. Okay, with opinions and facts. And avoid not using an academic style. Okay, because this is an academic essay. Okay, report writing and essay writing, they are academic, so we don't use slang. Okay, we don't use slang like la, we cannot la. Okay, the Malaysian English, I cannot la. Where do you, how come? Okay, that's Malaysian English. Okay, ma. Okay, there's or wanna. We try to follow movie. Okay, I wanna go. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, these are the slang. Okay, the slang. So we don't use it in the this essay, because this essay is academic. So we should write it in an academic way. Okay, and then avoid a lot of grammar mistake. Okay, this is very important. So we always take note. Okay, when we mark our own students books, okay, we take note of their grammar mistake. Okay, we highlight, underline. Okay, but how about ourselves? Okay, so we ourselves also must avoid a lot of grammar mistake. Okay, so that's why I said have more time for checking. Also, don't just write and submit. Okay, you must have time to check your grammar. Okay, have time to check your spelling and the words you use, the language. Okay, so we should avoid this. Okay, and then avoid also sweeping statements or overgeneralization. Okay, for example, all, never, always, everyone, everything. Okay, for example, the question just now: should we allow children over the age of 7 to use modern gadgets? So in the situation we give, we will not say nowadays all parents give their children a smartphone. Okay, or we say all parents. Okay, so that is called sweeping statement. Okay, or overgeneralization. Okay, we talk every parent, all the parents give their children smartphones, but actually not. Okay, not all parents give their children smartphone. Those from the poor family, no. Okay, poor family, as we know, during the online learning, all the, if you at home got 3 children, all the 3 children use their father's handphone to do the online task. Okay, so it's not all. Okay, not all parents. So we should avoid using all or always. So for the example just now, what we can use, we can say almost all parents. We add the word almost. Okay, so it becomes not a sweeping statement. Okay, almost all parents allow their children to use modern gadgets. Okay, we put the almost there, so it makes the statement not a sweeping statement. Okay, so now it changed. Okay, it's not like all. Okay, if all is 100%. Okay, if almost all, maybe 80%. Okay, 70%. Okay, so we should avoid, okay, sweeping statement or overgeneralization. Okay, is that the last slide? I think last slide. Okay, yeah. So I think that is all of my part on writing. Let's see if I have any question from here. Okay. All right. One teacher asked, what happened if we still cannot get C2? Okay, for this coming CEFR Readiness exam. Okay, C1 or C2? Now you should get C1, right? Okay, Zoo, okay, Zoo, okay, my PPG student. Okay, so what happened if you do not get C1? Okay, C1, you must get C1. Okay, actually, last week I went for a course. Okay, and I got this information. They said for the February test, only 12% of the teachers in Malaysia, okay, 12% of the teachers in Malaysia got C1, only 12%. Okay, so and there are 25% of the teachers who did not sit for the test. Okay, 25%, which they told me the figure is 40,000. Okay, 40,000 English teacher did not sit for the test. So they don't know how was this teacher standards. Okay, how was this English teacher standard? Okay, so that means in the February test, still many did not achieve. Okay, that's why some of them, they are actually sitting this November test for the second time, and then some of them are paying. Okay, I know they have to pay 50 ringgit for 5 component, I think. Okay, so that means still there are some teachers who do not achieve, okay, C1. Okay, and then we don't know how will the result be in the November test. Okay, so if you still do not get your C1, you have to sit for it again. Okay, I think have you received the latest Berkeley link? Now I think last week. I don't know whether did they send it to school, but for IPG I received already. It informed us we still have to take the test, okay, and then but now we not necessarily must sit for this MUAT test. They give us 4 types of tests. I think is it IELTS? I forgot already. One is what advanced Cambridge test. There are 4 types of tests, including one the MUAT. So we can sit for other English tests also. Okay, and and now we know to sit for the test. Sitting for the test is not only for English teachers. Okay, now for the Malay teachers. Okay, for the Malay teachers, they are also sitting for their Malay test also, because they also need to have become a proficient user in their Malay language. So actually, when the KPM wants us to take the test, it doesn't mean they don't trust us. Okay, they actually want us to improve our skill, because sometimes when we teach, as you know, we only teach. Okay, we are good at teaching. We teach, but we seldom write. We seldom read. Right? Correct. Okay. So that's one way when make us think, how can we improve our English? Okay, how? So that's why taking this test help us to know our standard. Okay, and we know where we are weak. If we are weak at reading, okay, we do more reading. Okay, read more newspaper in English. Okay, more English materials, magazines. Okay. So this is how we can improve ourselves, okay, as a teacher, okay, for our self-development, okay. And next year, actually, for those teachers who do not get a C1, yeah, you know you have to attend course, okay, just like what happened in the past for the CPT test, Cambridge Placement Test. Those teachers who do not achieve their C1, C2, they have to attend course, okay. So I think the same thing will happen, okay? So you may need to attend course, okay, to improve yourself, okay? To improve yourself. Just like those teachers this year, there are some of you who are asked to attend, I don't know what course, okay, by ELTC also, okay? So maybe this is one the strategy, okay, the KPM will use to ask you to do. Okay, you need to attend course, okay, to improve yourself. Okay, so this is what I think will happen, and you still need to take the test. Okay, you still need to take the test to improve yourself. Okay, until you get a C1. Okay, actually for us lecturer, we had to get C2, you know. Okay, so don't be surprised. You will see me also in the examiner hall, okay, because I have to get C2. Okay, but as we as teacher, or we as lecturers, we are good at teaching. We are good at pedagogy. Okay, but when it comes to language itself, because when we take the course teaching English as a second language. We take TESOL course. We do not take linguistic. Okay, we do not take English language. So we don't study the English language per se. Okay, that's why it doesn't mean you don't get your C1, you are not a good teacher. It doesn't mean that. Okay, we are all good. We are all good teachers. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, all of us are good teachers. We are very responsible. We are very committed. But when it comes to the language itself, okay, because we have to read a lot, we have to write a lot. Okay, so that is why when we take this test, the test itself does not reflect our own ability to teach. Okay, the test is just to test our proficiency. Okay, our proficiency in English, whether we are good in reading or writing, but it doesn't reflect our teaching ability. Okay, teaching and teaching ability and proficiency actually, some people say they are related, but I don't think so. Okay, a good student, OA student, okay, doesn't mean they are excellent in teaching. Okay, we have many good. Our IPG we receive many 9A, 10A students. Our IPG. Okay, but not all of them get their first class. Okay, not all of them get their first class at the end of their study, and not all of them become a guru cemerlang. Okay, not all of them. Okay, so far only a few, very few can become guru cemerlang. So what I want to say is proficiency and our teaching ability. Okay, the proficiency doesn't reflect our teaching ability. Okay, so don't be disappointed. Okay, when your result is just B1 or B2. Okay, don't be disappointed. Okay, you are still a good teacher, I'm sure. Okay, all of you are very good English teacher. Okay, don't be disappointed. Why I don't get C1? Why I don't get C2? Okay, you are still a very good teacher. Okay, the maybe because of our proficiency, so we still need to improve and improve, so that we get a C1. Okay, but it doesn't mean you are not a good teacher. Okay, so don't be worried about it. So if you don't get C1, so we just need to attend courses. Okay, attend more courses to improve ourselves. Okay, that's one way. Okay. Is there any more question? Let me see. I think no more idea. Okay. So how long is the course for next year? Actually, I was involved in doing the module for this course. The course I think is about it's quite long, but it's but you just wait lah. Okay, just wait for the letter. Okay, if you do get a C1, you just wait for the letter. Okay, to ask you to go for the course. Okay, so for this coming test, okay, in November and December, November you'll be sitting for your test. Okay, so I wish you all good luck. Okay, I wish you all good luck. So if you do not get it, don't be disappointed. You may do it again next year. As I said, next year will be easier. Next year, the MUEC, all the skills will be in 25%. Okay, it will be equally. And then some technical things will not be there, like the reading on true false not stated. They said they want to take it out, no more already. So it will be easier. And also for the report writing, they said they want to take out the analysis and synthesis part. Okay, the technical part, they said they want to take it out. Okay, it will be easier also. So if you don't get it this year, never mind. Let's just try again. Okay, so don't feel so disappointed. Okay, try your best to do your best. Okay, so I wish you all the best for your test. And also, if I say anything wrong during my talk, okay, I hope hope you can forgive me. Okay, if I say anything that it's not intentional, okay, I hope you don't mind. Okay, sometimes something okay, just there's just some missing of some words or miscommunication. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, for attending my course, and thank you very much for your time and the support. Okay, so I hope we have time again. We'll see again. We'll see again another time. Okay, okay. Bye everyone. Thank you very much.